Hello everybody, and once again welcome to another StarCraft 2 cast by yours truly, Cam. Today I've got a matchup of PvT on the map, Tal'Darim Altar LE, which personally is one of my favorite maps, as it is one of the biggest scale maps in the game. I believe it's 256 by 256, which is just about as big as they come. Anyways, the match will be between our Orange Terran, GhostNappa, and our green Protoss, ArkVanitas. Now, if you don't get the GhostNappa reference, I urge you to check out Team 4-Star on YouTube if you are a bit of a Dragon Ball Z fan. Anyways, interesting spot for a supply depot down from GhostNappa. Clearly not wanting to wall off is what I can tell from that. So far standard from both players. Now, I'm not too sure on the skill levels of both players. I know that the Terran player is at least gold. I'm not sure, but I think he was in platinum once. And the Protoss, actually, I've heard from some people, don't hold me to it, was once in diamond, but has since not played for a long time, but is now back at it. So we'll have to see if his skills are rusty or not. First racks going down for the Terran. Maybe a wall off, actually. It probably will be a wall and a fast expand, most likely. I don't see him walling there and not fast expanding, because he would just wall here if he wasn't, in order to hide his tech. First gas now going down for the Protoss, fairly standard. The really only deviation you can do with Protoss at this stage is if you go for that quick second gas that usually signals some sort of quick robotics facility play or quick blink stalkers. Timing on the second assimilator going down, and second assimilator now, fairly standard, as sentries do cost 100 gas each, which is quite a pain to produce off of just one gas geyser. We now do see the expand going up for the Terran player, and a few Marines coming out now. Either player doesn't know where the other is, actually. GhostNappa just starting to send out his SCV, and Ark has not even sent out a probe to scout yet. Nappa, of course, feeling a little bit insecure. Gonna throw down that bunker just to be safe, as if he is safe, he can always salvage that for the reduced cost of 70% of the total mineral investment. Chrono Boost now going down on the Warp Gate technology, as we do not see an expand coming out. We will have to see what he goes for. At this rate, likely to be a 4-gate, as 4-gate can be, oh no, there we go, there's the expand out of Ark. A fair ways behind GhostNappa's, of course, and now we see 3 racks coming out after the expand. Both geysers now going down in the main. Just Marines coming out right now. No tech labs, as well, of course, no tech labs, as he is just starting to grab both gases. First orbital is complete, second one on the way. Now we see some gateways coming down. 3 down, some sentries coming out. Opted not to wall, actually. Gonna actually send this Zealot in just to scout, and will die if he's not careful there. A little bit of scoot and shoot from GhostNappa, but without the stim packs will not be fast enough to catch up to the Zealot. Surprising lack of SCVs, as he is 5 under Ark at the moment, but of course those mules do count for at least 2 workers, at least. But of course you can only set them to mine minerals. Reactors coming out, and double tech lab, so we'll be moving into some M&M play right now. Factory not going down, so we'll not be seeing any medevacs for drops anytime soon. Couple of stalkers coming out now. Actually, going for the 3rd rocks. Are we going to see a quick 3rd out of Ark? That would be very interesting, but would be dangerous, as it does look as though GhostNappa now wanting to go into a slight stage of aggression, starting to produce more units. We will have to see what happens from now on. GhostNappa now saying, "Take pity on me as I am supply blocked." Only 3 sentries, of course, out. Now SCV's coming. That's an interesting maneuver. But they will be picked off before they can see into the natural expansion. So I don't actually believe if he knows that there is an expand up yet. And these SCVs, I don't know where they're going. No, GhostNappa will know that the expand is coming up. And, of course, Ark does know that the Terran is up. Wow, we are going to see a quick third out of Ark. This is very interesting. Stimpack research just coming down. The timing on that probably won't be finished for a little bit if he decides to move out now. Lots of Marauders on the way, though. Ark is indeed going to have to produce quite a bit to deal with this. Factory now going down. We'll have to see if he does throw on the tech lab, which he most likely won't. He will probably drop the starport right away. There it goes, as mech is not the best against the Protoss, as their stalkers do bonus damage to armor, and as well they can get out those tanky immortals, which absolutely blow mech to pieces. Third expand almost halfway done, but this army from Nappa is starting to look even more menacing, as we are seeing more gateways going down and a forge. Ops now coming out, and just a bunch more gateways. Gases, about all of them have been taken. Terran opting only to stay on 2 gas, as the mainly barracks-based army is fairly cheap. No upgrades down, though. He is going to reactor that starport, and we have more barracks going down. The Protoss now, not really looking to tech up. Once he gets his 3rd base going, though, he will be able to throw down a bunch more gateways, and will really be able to just pump out those units. Great map control also by the Protoss force. Does he have an observer in here? No, I do not know where his observer is. There it is. And now we will have to see what the Protoss can find out with that sneaky little scout. Scouting factory now going out, because once you get down your starport with a reactor, there's really no reason to keep your factory unless you plan on going for some more air-based play. Scouting stalkers now moving out, which is always good. We'll be able to pick off this factory before it is able to scout anything. See, the good thing about scouting with we see it, another forge going down, as well as 2 more gates and some immortals coming out, which of course are good against this mainly Marauder force. Well, I don't mean mainly, but there are a ton of Marauders being produced right now. And now, anyways, the good thing about the scouting factory is that it is very difficult to take down, and will most likely be able to scout your opponent's base before they can take it down. But of course, ArkVanitas taking good advantage of catching it out in the middle of the field and taking it down before it can really see anything. +1/+1 now on the way for the Terran. The observer won't really see too much. Pretty standard, just M and M out of the Terran, which is pretty much the standard play against Protoss, because Terran doesn't really need to tech up too much, as just their standard tier 1 and tier 2 units are just so strong against most of the Protoss forces. More Immortals will be joining the force, and as this 3rd base finally gets saturated. This army, though, looking fairly deadly. Of course, the army from Ark, mainly comprised of sentries, which of course could put up that Guardian shield, but sentries themselves very squishy, only at 80 health total. Which is funny, because now that I realize it, sentries have the same amount of health total as Hydralisks, which is unfortunate, because I find Hydras to be incredibly underpowered, as they are right now. More Immortals continuing to reinforce as the Terran now opting to move out. Templar Archives on the way. We will be able to see those storms, as storms would completely annihilate this army. And because there are only 2 medevacs, the Terran will have to stim in order to dodge the storms, and there will not be enough medevac support to counteract the storm damage. Starting to warp in some units. Here comes the Terran ball. Looks like he's going to load up and drop into the main, or the natural. Blink research now, just starting, sorry. Almost halfway through. These stalkers not sure where they're going. Here comes the 2-pronged attack, as the main army will be attacking the front as the Marauders and submarines drop the natural, but this choke is just too strong. But the natural will lose most of its workers as the Terran continuing to try and flow through the front, but the force fields are so amazing. Force fields holding the Terran force at bay as the force in the natural will be cleaned up. Can he snipe the medevac? Blink is not finished just yet, and now the medevac's giving the bottom units the high ground vision to start shelling down. I believe the Protoss will need to retreat as this is not a favorable engage for him. Oh, but it looks like... Is that it? Yeah, it's over. So Nappa, instead of backing up, decides just to call the game, which is odd to me. He does not know that there's a third there, so I'm not quite sure why he decided to just leave the game like that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. More StarCraft coverage will be on the way soon.